Alright, Shalom. It's your brother Uriah Shamar from the GMS Champaign, Illinois branch. For all things, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with righteousness and sincerity. Alright, Shalom. And just want to give get a quick hit for another video from the page Arrows of Indignation 144. And I'm going to just play it and filter it out with the scriptures as per usual. Alright, Lord willing. Alright, this is edifying.
Currently have 3 months worth of inventory sitting at my factory that I cannot bring to the US. I have maybe 2 months worth left in my warehouse in Minnesota. And when that's gone, I have no more revenue. I cannot pay my employees. I cannot pay my bills. I cannot pay the loans, which I have leveraged my house against. So we could lose our house. I do not have the $230,000 that were just immediately dropped in front of me to get my products into the US. So I am asking, begging for support from both sides of both parties to support our small businesses and get rid of these tariffs on U.S.-owned small businesses. It doesn't just affect me. When I go out of business, it affects all of those contractors that I pay to help me with my business, all those American-owned businesses, my trucking company that brings me my container, the bookkeepers and accountants and marketing teams that work with me. They now don't get to have the revenue they're getting from me, and I'm just one business that's at risk of going out of business. There are thousands of us, so this is hurting more than just people importing from China.
I think that one of the things that drives me the most crazy about this is that we have big companies like Apple who have a connection in the White House. They know who to call. They have the wherewithal to give $1 million to President Trump's inauguration ceremony. They get seated right up there on the dais on Inauguration Day when the people standing with us today have no capacity to accomplish that. And what happens? Apple gets a carve out and these guys are left holding the bag. And that is wrong, and we cannot put up.
Alright, so let me grab this real quick before I go on. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, "In that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few." Alright, now when you go into that word grinders, the work. Alright, so the work is ceasing in America because we're having a collapse of the monetary shalakia. Excuse me. We're having a collapse of the monetary systems, man. All right, between the tariffs, hyperinflation, all right, all these other countries that are taking their business elsewhere and pretty much putting off the dollar. Now you have the effects rippling through the American society, and people are feeling it, man. All right, it's gonna be a huge turn real soon, and you're gonna see how much these things are affecting you. All right. Hey, people are already complaining about grocery prices and the cost of living, but these things are just going to get worse. It's not getting better. It's going to get worse. All right. The Lord is making these things worse and worse. All right. Because the pride of the cities. So it says, "They are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened." Yeah. So that American dream, all right, that future of that white picket fence with the big house and the big family, is pretty much nigh impossible to achieve now, man. All right. I believe the average house in the United States is $500,000 right now, man. All right. And the average person they can't accumulate that type of money, man. So people are being, forced into homelessness. All right. Homelessness is at a all-time high. And at the same time that homelessness is being forced on them, all right, it's being criminalized, all right, and it's being made illegal to be homeless, man. So, yeah, the devil is coming down having great wrath, man, because he knoweth that he had but a short time, man. We are in those days. And the doors be shut in the streets. And when the sound of grinding is low, yeah, because a lot of businesses is closing down. I mean, for the last about decade, we've been in a retail apocalypse where more and more stuff is closing because people don't have that extra spend money, that extra money to enjoy entertainment and things. It's pretty much you got to put everything to what's a necessity and not what you want. So all these entertainment industries have been they've been losing out, and they pretty much losing money and bankrupt. Like the movie industry, Hollywood is pretty much over with. All right, the gaming industry is suffering because everybody's straight for cash. All right, Shalaki. So yeah, pretty much America's is over with. It's finished. It's through, man. And the elites of this country, they're about to try to reset this thing and bring in a different monetary system, which is going to be digital. All right. So the dollar is pretty much about to become useless, man. You seen a trial run with that in Venezuela, how now their dollar is like, it's so devalued that people are getting more value out of making baskets and actually creating stuff with the paper than actually going and spending it, man. And that's coming to America.
My friends and family that anything you want for Christmas, to get it right now. Especially if you're buying for children. If you are buying any baby products at all, get them while they're here because they're going to be gone.
Guys, there really are going to be empty shelves and goods we cannot get within the next couple of weeks, and it's only going to get worse over the coming months. Here's the deal. The last ships from China are arriving in the coming days. They're not going to be sending anymore. They're not. And other countries have already said, hey, we're not going to send medical supplies. So now we're looking at potentially hospitals going back to COVID-era protocols of postponing or no elective procedures at all because they need to prioritize medications and equipment for the most critically ill patients. Rationing care. Rationing care. And it angers me because this is completely avoidable and completely self-inflicted, and it's going to hurt those who can least stand any suffering, the poorest and the sickest among us. And as a person with a human soul, that bothers me. And I'm doing what I can for myself and my family. If you are able to pick up some extra staples like flour or boxes of cereal, canned goods.
We're just absolutely fucked as farmers, guys. Everything is so fucked, and I do not see anybody surviving this farm crisis that we're in. Guys, look, one of the best corn crops that I have ever raised in my life. And because of the tariffs, China will not fucking buy it. And they are the only country in the world other than, well, they are the only country in the world that buys corn. And so now I'm literally just chopping it and blowing it on the fucking ground because it's fucking useless. It's valueless. There's nothing I can fucking do to it. I am going to need government assistance to make it through this fucking crisis until these tariffs end. Look, I've never raised a corn crop like this, guys. And this is just fucking heartbreaking to me. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. You know, Trump said he fucking loved us farmers, and here I am just blowing my sporn crop all over the ground. Hopefully he works a deal out where Antarctica and Mars will start buying this sporn and save the farmers.
This is my 39th crop. I started in 19...
Yeah, so everybody's having it hard, man. All right, this is hitting everybody from the highest levels. Well, no, I wouldn't say the highest, all right, because the elites, they're the ones who orchestrating this. All right, but from the moderately rich, even on down, all right, to the poor, it's affecting everybody. So this is Isaiah 19:14. It says, "The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err, and every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do." All right, so we know that America is spiritually Egypt, all right? All right, because this is the captivity of the Israelites all over again, man. And it says, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto a woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over." All right, so yeah, the Lord is putting these things into play, man. He's causing the fall of Babylon, man. All right, I'm gonna grab this real quick too. Zephaniah 1:10, it says, "And it shall come to pass that, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." All right, because in the ancient world, all right, a currency would be the fish market. People would sell fish and other things, all right, as a currency. It says, "How ye inhabitants of Miktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all that bear silver are cut off." All right, so we're in those times now, man, where the Lord, man, he's moving, right? He's moving, man. You know, it's about to be a drastic change in society very soon.
86, the year I graduated high school. I could plant an acre of beans in 1986 for $30. It irritates me that you don't have the guts to acknowledge that the people do not pay the tariffs. I don't care if it's John Deere, Case, Caterpillar, all that stuff is outsourced overseas. And the guy that pays it is the guy that purchases it. I can buy a bearing for a combine, and it's made in Taiwan, or who knows where. Parts have over doubled in the last year, if you can get them. The dealer at Marshall has a backlog for almost 4 months because they can't get parts because of Trump's stupid tariffs. I think agriculture has taken a heck of a hit on a lot of misinformation, and he is not helping the farmer. I mean, we farm about 3,500 acres. We are going to be so far in the red. When are you going to stand up for us instead of kissing his ass for these trade deals? And the tariffs. More so the tariffs than the trade.
Tell me about what's happening with your farm.
Well, we've got a real disaster with this tariff deal. I mean, we produce 40% more agricultural products in this country than we can consume domestically. 1 in every 4 rows of soybeans in every field in the entire United States of America has to go abroad. China is the largest importer of soybeans in the world. They import 61% of the world's market. Last year we sent around $12 billion, I think $14 billion worth of soybeans the year before. For the first time in 20 years, China's bought 0 soybeans and 0 new crop corn out of this country.
Zero?
So we went from 12 billion to 0.
Where are they buying the soybeans?
Brazil. You see, we lost 42% of our market share in the first tariff war. In Trump's first tariff war, the Chinese went to buying their soybeans from Brazil. They invested billions of dollars in Brazilian infrastructure. They have moved into Africa, and they're going to commercially farm in Africa. Since we left with USAID, they moved their Belt and Road program into Africa. So we've pretty much lost the Chinese market share. If we got 100% of the soybean business, Katie, for every country in the world except for Brazil and Argentina, we would still only have half the soybean business that China is.
All right, so yeah, as you can see, man, I'm gonna end it with this. Revelation 18 and 22. And the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sow of millstone shall be found no more at all in thee. So the work in Egypt, in America, it's over with, man. We're in those days, man. The clamp down is here. Hey, and it's gonna get worse and worse. Hey, so you have to have the Lord on your side, man. You have to be doing what's righteous, what's called of you, all right? Rather you be a man, all right, who goes out and teach and does these lessons, all right, our friend of the prophet, all right, you have to do your part, man, all right? A wife of the prophet, you have to do your part, man, all right, because you want to be defended in that day. But I'm going to end it right there. So, Lord willing, this was edifying for the elect's sake, who we endure all things for. So, with that, I'm going to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Till next time, Akim Shalom.